highlights of the first half. This is Alan Mitchell.
This is a play pass. Fake it in there on the 5-yard line. Coming up, Mitchell throwing to his receiver who is wide open. Wrong again. That's not the one.
This is one of the early sacks of the game for Pittsburgh. They were getting to him. Now watch him throw a bad pass here. It's going to be intercepted by the freshman Wiley of Pittsburgh.
This is a third and long situation, about 18 yards to go, and he just threw that ball up for grabs. Dante Wiley came up with the first of 2 interceptions by Pitt in the first half. Pitt really didn't capitalize on that particular interception, though.
All right, here's Carolina coming up with an interception.
This ball is underthrown, as you're going to see. The receiver is open, but it's really underthrown. Coming up with the interception and the lateral, putting South Carolina in good field position. And if that ball had been thrown far enough, it could have been a touchdown. And here it is coming in. You see Carl Hill coming in with the hit, number 85, right there. He had no chance whatsoever. He didn't see him. And then 44, Vogel is going to come up with the football at the 5-yard line. Now is the play pass coming up after the fumble recovery. Faking it in the line of scrimmage. This is a first down situation. Coming back and throwing the ball easily. Look at that, but just floating out there because the man was so wide open in the end zone. There's Danny Smith, tight end. Now that made it 7-0. Here it is coming up. Second touchdown. Nothing fancy. Haygood is the ball carrier. Good blocking by the offensive line, and he bowls his way into the end zone right now. It looks like that South Carolina is off and running. We're going to take another look ground level of that last touchdown by Haygood. As you can see, he's got both arms wrapped around that football, and he's driving into the end zone. Look like easy going for South Carolina, 14-0 at this stage of the game. But enter Mr. Chris Jellick.
Yeah, he went in there after the Conjimmy, the starting quarterback, was injured, and it took him just 3 plays to move him down the field. Bang, 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 all passes. This is a beauty. Watch this.
This high formation, both backs staying in to block. Perfect pass to Chuck Scales. Right down the, when they talk about down the seam, this is it. Right between the defensive backs in the zone. He catches it going full stride, a perfectly thrown pass. He's getting into the end zone for a touchdown, getting the Pitt Panthers back in this football game. They really needed something like that at the stage of the game in the second quarter. Here's the same pass, a different angle. Take a look. He's looking to his left side. He's reading the defense right now. Now he sees that his man is splitting the zone. He gets the football. To look at the pass. Really a perfectly thrown ball. Got to him in a hurry. Now it's a foot race. Chuck Scales is going to win this foot race, putting them on the board for the first time this afternoon. That made it 14-7. Still in favor of South Carolina.
Virginia Tech 20, 2-0.
Pittsburgh came back, tied it up, and then a long drive right toward the end of the half by South Carolina, led by the backup, exciting quarterback Hold, and they went in and took the lead. Pittsburgh and South Carolina, 2 great universities and traditional powerhouses in sports competition, are leaders too in the world of academics. And Kurt Gowdy, Lynn Dawson here, start of the second half, 21-14, South Carolina. They've elected to receive. They have Brown and White back.
Looking at the stats.
And Ian Court will be kicking off for Pittsburgh. The stats are fairly even, Len.
Yes, they are. 2 turnovers by each squad. That's really an important factor in any football game, but it evens out with both of them giving up the ball twice.
So it's about 80 degrees, 82 degrees down there on the playing field as we begin the second half. And just a tiny breeze right now. Here's the boot. This was coming in the end zone, and the other man, Brown, runs over and says, don't run it out. Down it for the touchback. South Carolina's ball, first down in their 20-yard line. In the second inning, Detroit leads San Diego 2-1. Alan Trammell hit a homer with one on, and Kennedy homered. There's Conjimmy, the starting quarterback. Looks to be all right again. Kennedy homered for San Diego. Mike Hold is the quarterback. Came in there and led him in the second quarter. He's right back in again.
Excuse me.
out to Dendy. Dendy hit in, squirmed out of there for 3 yards. Steve Apke and Chris Dolman on the tackle for Pittsburgh. Second down, 7 for the Gamecocks.
Looking at the offensive line of South Carolina, that same senior group has been in the football game, the entire football game so far. In the first half, though, defensively, you're going to see a lot of changes for South Carolina, but on offense, they like to keep those offensive linemen in there.
Fumble. And they go for it. Let's see who's got it. I think Pittsburgh's recovered.
John Lewis, number 4, seemed to think that the Panthers have it, and they do. Henson, number 54, had the football in his hands coming to the sideline. A real big break for Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh ball on the South Carolina 23. 2 turnovers against Pittsburgh, 3 against South Carolina. First down.
Jellickson at quarterback.
Jellick to Gladman, the freshman. He stopped at the 22 by James Seawright, the strong side linebacker. Let's take a look at this fumble recovery, Len Dawson.
Quarterback kept the football. This is the option. He's coming down, decides to keep it, and that ball was popped out of his hands. I can't see the number of the player who did it, but coming up with the football was number 54, Troy Benson, the senior linebacker.
I think Walter Johnson's the man that jarred him loose, a tackle. Second down, 9 to go. Hit on the South Carolina 22. And they go after him, and it may be another fumble recovery. It is. South Carolina gets the ball back again. Glenn Woodley hit the hit.
I said it was a big break for Pittsburgh getting the ball in excellent field position because they were in field goal range when they got the football, but that was a good hit by South Carolina. They really had great penetration. That was a right handoff going straight ahead, but you can see right now that nobody touched the linebacker, Woodley, or the defensive lineman Woodley. He came straight at the ball carrier and stripped him of the ball.
Brian Gilliard recovered it. There he is, the senior defensive back.
You generally don't turn a 240-pounder loose without anybody hitting him.
On the veer play, it's not going much right now. Haygood, the fullback, first man through, stopped at the 25-yard line. Second down, 8. They piled him up in there in the middle of that Pittsburgh line.
They got to turn that young man loose. I mean, he makes things happen. Mike Holt, number 7, the quarterback, they've relied strictly on the ground game so far in this third quarter.
Tia was the lead man on that last tackle, number 40 for Pittsburgh. Wade and Bradshaw are the wideouts. Second down, 8. Coming through is the quarterback hold. Still going. Fumbles the ball. They're diving for it. It's out of bounds. And the last team in possession will retain it. Nobody really had possession. Oh, he can move around. I didn't know he was that nifty, did you?
He can run the veer. We found that out. Here it is coming down. He fakes it. Now he really faked out number 87, Aldisert. But he was stripped of the football by 59, Walter Johnson.
Well, it's 28 yards. Yeah, but they had the ball last. Right. Nobody got possession in the meantime. So the club that was in clear possession the last time when it's out of bounds, even though everybody diving for it, touching it, it goes to the team last in possession. So that gives South Carolina a first down on the Pittsburgh 46.
He does make things happen. They don't take long to get that ball off either, do they?
No, here he is to fade. And throw it right down to number 32, Ken Haygood. Haygood has a first down. They sent 2 men deep. Pittsburgh dropped back and left the middle open, and there he was. Give it to me, Mr. Hold.
He has been open all during the game. In the first half, it was true also. Here he is back looking. He just drops it over the line of scrimmage. As you can see, Haygood catches it. There wasn't anybody around him. Finally, number 87, Aldisert, comes up and makes the tackle, but not before they make another first down.
Hold now is 6 out of 6 for 87 yards on first down. Hold breaks it over the 30. He's hard to contain. They get a hold of him and he's slippery. He gets away. Troy Benson brought him down on the 28-yard line of Pittsburgh. Second down, 5 for South Carolina. There's Benson. Been outstanding the entire game from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Poole and Hillary, the starting wide receivers. Poole number 5 to the left, Hillary to the right. 21-14, South Carolina. They're threatening again. Flag is down. Ford keeps the ball, laterals it out. There's a flag down. Ken Haygood got it. This guy's something, isn't he, huh?
He really is. When they were talking about he has ice water in his veins, he displayed it right there. It's going to go against South Carolina, but that was an outstanding play by that young quarterback. He was on his way down to the turf and lateraled the football. That's concentration. That means that you're really into what you're doing, you're concentrating, and you have a great deal of confidence in your own ability.
Well, they'll bring the ball back. It wiped out the first down of South Carolina's. Well, they kept telling us what a great arm he had. He can throw the ball 60 yards, but nobody told us what a good runner he was. Huh?
No, they did. He really makes things.
Illegal motion, offense, second down.
Backfield motion.
On the 33-yard line of Pittsburgh. It'll be second down, 10 to go for the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Notice how he stays back there, lets his line, the team gets hit, then up, bang, they get rid of that football.
Now he's going to look. There it is. Wade, and he's in for a touchdown. Chris Wade scores. 33 yards.
They have been working on John Lewis, the cornerback, number 4, and he is really burned on that play. Wide open. Here it is. Up, bang, gets started. A little fake, but he's going back to throw the football. Both backs are there. The one back slips out. But here you can see throwing the ball up and over. Number 4 on Pitt's team is Lewis. He is nowhere near Chris Wade.
Hagler will now try the point. And he is still perfect on the season. 20 out of 20. There he is. There's the man that has electrified this big crowd of 73,000 here today. Holt has thrown 7 passes, completed 7, 2 touchdowns to Chris Wade. And I'm going to say he's going to be hard to stay out of that starting job. We'll be back. 28-14, South Carolina.
There you see Joe Morrison. He's a little upset because during the extra point, 15-yard penalty against South Carolina. But here it is, taking a look at that touchdown pass, hold to Wade, all by himself, easily getting into the end zone. There was a penalty. You can see that they're kicking off from the 25-yard line, but there was a penalty on the extra point against South Carolina. A couple of the players got excited. Tempers did flare as the ball falls off the tee. But they're kicking from the 25-yard line because of the 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct against South Carolina.
Phil Setterquist will be kicking off for South Carolina. Scales is in the middle back at the 10-yard line. He's flanked by Hayward and Bailey. And the kick. Scales waits for it on the 3. Out to the 20. Tumbles down to the 24-yard line. Oh, this is a fired-up team, the South Carolina outfit. When you get off to a great start, it, of course, creates enthusiasm. Everybody, if you're winning, everything's great.
That sure is. And South Carolina has been fortunate. They really haven't had too many injuries to key personnel on this football team. They've been healthy. On the other hand, Pitt has had a lot of injuries.
That's ball on their 24, first down. Jellick sidelines it over the reach of Jeff Casper, number 88, from Washington, Pennsylvania.
He just missed him, but I can see that Jellick is clapping his hands. The timing was excellent on the throw. He didn't wait for the man to get open. He threw the ball before he made his final cut. He just didn't throw it well enough. 5 plays, 76 yards, took 2 minutes, 11 seconds. Touchdown coming on the pass from Holt to Wade, 33 yards. Right now they're South Carolina enjoying a 14-point lead, 28-14, second 10 for Pitt.
Mark Bailey's in 21 at fullback. Second down 10, and Bailey has the ball. Bailey tackles and loses. Paul Vogel, the middle linebacker, came in to hit him. The Gamecocks are strutting now.
And they're here before their home crowd also. They've got some cheerleaders out there on that defensive unit. They get fired up, and they get the fans fired up. And the only way to stop that is to do something offensively. Pitt is going to have to move that football. And it doesn't look like they're going to do it running with it. They're going to have to put the ball in the air.
Third down and 11. Pittsburgh on their 23, trailing 28-14.
See, he was checking off. Now he's checking off again.
Jellick to throw.
Nobody over there.
They haul him down. That's James Seawright. Seawright. The second sack of the game.
What South Carolina did, they got up, everybody on the line of scrimmage, made it look like they were going to blitz, but they didn't. They pulled back. Now he's rolling to his right. There's nobody to throw the football to. He's running out of real estate also. As you look down the field, there is nobody there. What he should have done, look at the people being covered by South Carolina defensive backs.
Oh, unless they mess it up, South Carolina will get good field position out of this punt by Jellick. He hits it on the top of his shoe. Bounding around, Dunlap watches it roll. And it's dead on the South Carolina. Now a little shoving and pushing out there. Dead on the South Carolina 48-yard line, where they'll put the ball in play, a 38-yard punt. Timeout on the field with a score. South Carolina 28, Pittsburgh 14. We'll be right back. This is the Cat Sports Network. While we're away, South Carolina, after grounding the punt, Pittsburgh was penalized 15 yards for first to foul on first down. Hold overthrew his tight end, who was out in the open for a score. It's now second and 10. That's the first incomplete pass that Hold has delivered today. Second and 10, South Carolina to Pittsburgh 38. Hold fakes it. Now they've got him wrapped up. And they take him down back in South Carolina territory. That's number 59, Waller Johnson. The left tackle, after Steve Apke was also in on him.
Took 3 men to bring him down, though. 2 other men had an opportunity to get him. John Carter was also in there, number 89. But 59, Walter Johnson, put the finishing touches on Mike Holt. They've had him in their grasp about 3 or 4 times in this ball game, but that's the first time they really put him down.
14-yard loss, third down 24 for South Carolina. The undefeated Gamecocks in the lead. 8:50 to go in the third period. 28-14 the score. Poole and Hillary are the wide receiver. Here's a screen coming up. That is Raynard Brown, Greensboro, North Carolina. Didn't go for much. Troy Benson, they had that smelled out. They're talking a lot now, those two teams down there, and shoving each other around. Tempers are mounting. And a punt formation coming up. This is a barefooted kicker, by the way. Tom O'Connor. Good, it's a warm day. There he is, see? High kick. Fair catch call by Wiley, the freshman, on the 16-yard line. He's a cool kid. A 30-yard punt, but a good punt. He just wanted to put it up there high and make them handle it inside the 20. We're going to be back here for the score. South Carolina 28, Pittsburgh 14. This is Kurt Gowdy, Len Dawson. We're at Williams-Brice Stadium, Columbia, South Carolina, midway in the third period. South Carolina leading 21-14 and a half has increased their lead to 28-14. Have an interesting little report for you coming up. That's Gladman, Charlie Gladman. Somebody just handed me a note. I always try to be very careful with this. This is not official. Jerry Faust, the coach at Notre Dame, had just been thrown out of their game for punching a referee.
Oh.
Now, you know, I don't know whether that really happened or not. But somebody said they saw it or heard it and handed me the note. If it is, it's all the frustrations of Jerry coming out.
Well, he has been under a lot of fire the last few years, particularly this year.
roughing it out. He's over the 30. Hard running by the freshman, Charles Gladman of Akron, Ohio. The Ohio Player of the Year in high school ranks last year.
First thing that they've done so far in the second half. I like to see with the frustrations of Jerry Fowles. Air Force leading Notre Dame 14-7 at halftime. Next week, South Carolina will be taking on Fighting Irish Notre Dame.
They say that it hasn't been confirmed here, but three press box sources here say it is true he was thrown out of the game for punching the referee. Gladman doubles his way forward on first down, just over the 35.
Looks to me like they're going back to what they think they can do best to try to control that line of scrimmage, running the football.
They'll have a second down,
Georgia,
7 to go.
Georgia's ahead of Mississippi, 10-6. That's third quarter score. Also a third quarter score. West Virginia 13, Syracuse 7.
I'm getting a little sick of looking at this wave. I've seen that so much. Jellick skips out of bounds. Funny how people are so like sheep. They follow fads. You know, that started 10 years ago out in the West Coast. They suddenly discovered it in the East. Here's the Nebraska score coming up. (16-10). Nebraska at halftime in the lead. Now the Tigers 4, San Diego 1 in the third inning. Tigers win that one, they'll have a 3-1 lead. Third down, 7. On their 35.
Big third down.
Jellick looks it over. It's batted away. Number 22 made the stop, Earl Johnson. He was right there, and he made a clean hit. So Pittsburgh must punt again. And the Fire Ants, as they call them here, defense playing well.
Earl Johnson, number 22 of South Carolina, is all over the ball carrier. Here Jellick's trying to fit the ball in there. There is no way. They're fortunate ball was not intercepted. Right now, what South Carolina is doing is they're playing very, very good defense, particularly pass coverage.
Jellick has punted 4 times and averaged 47 yards a punt. And he gets this one away. It is taken by Dunlap at the 25. Comes up to the 30. Dunlap is down on his 34-yard line. And down making the play for the University of Pittsburgh was Bill Callahan. A strong safety. A 41-yard punt and a 9-yard return. South Carolina takes over again. Third quarter, 28-14, South Carolina. South Carolina's ball. Mike Hold, junior college transfer. Been an exciting story today for South Carolina. And he gives the ball off to Quentin Lewis, a fumble, and Hold recovers it. Hold pounced right back on it alertly. He's an alert type of player.
It's one thing that they don't want to do is give that football to Pittsburgh. Look at it. He's telling him, hit me in the stomach with the ball. Not up. Looked like a good handoff. The problem being is that the back really does not know he's going to get it. But just see the reaction of Mike Hold, the quarterback, coming back to recover that fumble. Maintaining possession for South Carolina.
Seen pat the ball away from the Pitts guy and then dive on it. It was like he was playing shuffle ball with it. There's a pass way over the head. I believe he deliberately threw that ball away.
He's throwing it to Foch. Foch, yeah.
Foch got it.
No, he was looking for a receiver out there. He wasn't open, so he wisely just threw it over everybody's head. Come back on a third down situation. Hope to pick up the first down now.
They bring a play in. Eric Poole, the split in to Mike Hold.
You notice, as I said before, he'll let the offense get up and get set. Now somebody's on the wrong side. They're going to mess around and get the delay of the game call.
Gets it off quickly. Sets it up. Throws it to Quentin Lewis. Can't hang on to it. And they're going to be in a fourth down situation. 4th and 11 from their 33. Joe Morrison in the black and the black cap, the black shirt, the black pants become his standard uniform here.
you can imagine. Now they're 4-0, and he's wearing all black. Now all the stores around here can't keep enough black things in stock.
Here's the freshman Wiley. Wiley's at the 30, and Dante Wiley is down at his 32-yard line. Excellent college punting today, by the way. A 41-yard punt, 6-yard return by Wiley. Next week, this Pittsburgh team travels to Miami to take on the national defending champs, the Hurricanes. Miami's come on strong again since losing to Michigan and Florida State. Miami's playing Cincinnati tonight. Things go their way, they could be 6-2. So next Saturday, Miami and Pittsburgh. 12 o'clock on this station from the Orange Bowl. First down, Pitt. There's Hayward. Hayward's to the 36-yard line.
Pittsburgh is going to have to start opening up. 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. They're going to put that ball in the air and not wait to third down to do it.
Jimmy, taken up early in the second quarter, has not returned. Replaced by Chris Jellick from Pittsburgh, a local boy there. Second down, 6. Jellick throws and just out of the reach of Bill Wallace. Wallace is a marked man today. He's the best receiver on the Pittsburgh team. He's caught 26 passes, 14-yard average.
Here it is, man-to-man coverage. They're playing them tight. This is the streak pattern. Now, the ball is in the air right now. He has a step on the man. The ball has to be perfectly thrown. It was just thrown a little bit too far. But when you locate somebody man for man and they're playing up tight like that, that is an excellent pass to throw.
Today, Wallace has caught only one pass for 5 yards. Third down, 6 for the Pitt Panthers. That's broken up. And it's again.
Johnson, number 22, is back there once again. They're running that crossing pattern just beyond the line of scrimmage. He's picking that man up, and he is all over him. 22, Earl Johnson, senior defensive back.
Jellick in punt formation. Dunlap to safety for South Carolina. That's twice Johnson has knocked down third down passes. 10 men up front. High spiral. Dunlap waiting. They converging on him. And he grabbed that one. Went down on his knees in the 23. A 42-yard punt and no return. South Carolina on their 23-yard line. First down. They've won their first 4 games. They're in the top 20 of the country. A win today. They go to Notre Dame next week. They could be moving right up if they can hold Pittsburgh off and Notre Dame off. They have Clemson left. They have tough games left. I think they have Florida State, too. Mike Holt keeps it.
He had no choice. The running back ran into him and spun him around, and he had no choice but to follow him right into the line of scrimmage. As they say, the mesh was not very good on that play.
He was meshed by Aldershot and Benson, the 2 linebackers. They have a second down, 7, South Carolina. Poole and Hillary are the wide receivers. South Carolina on their own 26. 14-point lead for South Carolina. Dendy. Dendy over the 30, 35. And at the first down, he ran into one of his own men, Haygood, who was trying to block for him. And he ran right up Haygood's back.
Yeah, Haygood could have turned around, gotten out of his way, got down and got a block. That would have been a much bigger gain on that play.
Well, they love it here.
73,000 fans.
The team's undefeated, and the whole state's talking about them. Looks like the whole state's here today. First down, South Carolina. 13. Ball's on the South Carolina 44. Dendy stopped at the 47-yard line. Thomas Dendy.
Dennis Tia.
He's
got a hold
player,
of him.
isn't he?
Yes, he is. And if he had gotten a hold of him, there was a hole there that he would have picked up very, very good yardage. But Number 40, Dennis Atia, made the stop on the ball carrier.
3 minutes to go in the third quarter. One of the big Pitt Panthers, 28-14, South Carolina on their own 47. Cole will put it up, maybe. He's being chased. He throws and gets rid of it, but he's out of bounds. He had to take a loss.
Dennis Atia once again chasing him down. 2 good plays in a row by him.
Knocked out of bounds by Bowman.
Chris Dolman, who's injured. Right in. Sometimes they flop ends. Ball goes back to the 35 of South Carolina. They took a 12-yard loss. It's 3rd and 19. Chris Wade and Ira Hillary in there. Wade's caught 2 touchdown passes today. Taking nothing away from him. I could have caught those 2. He was so wide open.
Well, he's been working on John Lewis on the corner.
3rd and 19 pass.
Doing it again. There's his arm.
There's Hillary, and just out of his reach, there was double team going down the field. That ball landed inside the 10. He threw it from the 25.
It's about 65 or 70 yards in the air. Yes, they said he could throw. I was waiting for him to unload one of those things to see if he really did have that type of an arm. He does. He didn't underthrow it either.
That ball didn't waver, did it, huh?
No, it didn't.
Tom O'Connor, the barefooted punter. Wallace is the safety man now. Evidently, Wiley's been shaken up. 41-yard punt, 5-yard return. Every time they exchange units, the South Carolina team, they get a hand from the crowd.
Well, if you see down on the field, the defensive guys are jumping up and down, and they're getting the crowd excited, hoping to stop Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's going to have to start putting that ball in the air on first down.
Well, they have a first down on their own 30. Chris Jellick barking those signals. He fakes a draw. Oh, wide open. Number 81, Dexter Edmonds, the tight end.
Oh,
Columbus, Georgia.
Wow, that's just lack of concentration. He couldn't have been thinking by catching that football. He was thinking about running with it. Hit him right in the hands.
Pat Chapenny replaces him, tight end. Second down, 10. Pitt on their 30-yard line, trailing 28-14. 2:19 to go in the third quarter. Another fake draw, same play. They do the same play over again. Trapani made the catch right up against the sideline. It's at the 35-yard line, a 5-yard advance. It's 3rd down and 5 for the Panthers. 2 minutes to go now. That's Bill Sapio.
Sure taking a long time to get the plays in and out. 12 seconds on the 25-second clock. They better get moving. They're behind by 14. They're not up by 14.
Darnell Stone came on the field, the fullback. 3rd and 5. The Pitt. And it's a first down as Craig Hayward runs it for the first down.
Pitt's got to speed up their tempo. You know, here we're looking at 1:27 remaining in the third quarter. They had 1 second left on the 25-second clock before they snapped that football, and they're down by 2 touchdowns. Get that play, get plays in and out of that huddle, get up to that line of scrimmage, and get the play off.
What did he call in the huddle?
Panthers on their 43 with a first down. First man through. That's Marlon McIntyre from Crysdale, Pennsylvania, senior. They're opening holes off the left side of their line. Timeout down on the field. Alan Mitchell's warming up over there for South Carolina. And are we going to have a measurement? I don't think so. Okay, wind it up, they say. Pitt on the South Carolina 48. With a second down and 1 to go. Pitt staying on the ground has moved the ball from their 30 now into Carolina territory. In the I formation. Backing over the 45 is Craig Hayward to the 44 of South Carolina. Paul Vogel, the middle linebacker, had to make the hit on him. This good old-fashioned slog-away football for the Panthers.
Straight ahead. Using straight ahead power. Of course, you're in a second one situation. That's the best thing to do. Number 15, John Conjemi.
We're down to 25 seconds in the quarter. Pittsburgh first down in the South Carolina 24.
Oh, he's got a man wide open.
There he is. He's got him. It's complete. And
Scales.
Chuck Scales again. Scales caught the pass 60 yards. Boy, he just floats down that field.
They had a flanker on the right, and he went deep to the middle, took that cornerback away, and Scales went out in the flat and up, and he is wide open. Chris could have gotten the ball a little sooner, but you can see there's nobody around him. Johnson has to come over and make the hit, but a big play for Pittsburgh. Down to the 10-yard line. First and 10, 7 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
That'll be first and goal inside the 10. Lot left for the Panthers. First man through, drives to the 6-yard line.
It was Stone, fullback, straight
Darryl
ahead.
Stone, it was. First man through. He's the fullback, the up back.
Going to that right side. That right side, you have over there Fralick, number 79, of course, is the All-American tight end, and also Tony Brown.
So there's the end of the third quarter in Columbia, South Carolina. And our score, South Carolina 28, Pittsburgh 14.